In this installment, we're going to be going over the MLB bet slate for Monday, July 29th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef Dean. I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our Monday, July 29th MLB bet slate we got going on. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 7.35 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we are well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. So if you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience. And also, guys, don't forget about that Patreon. And we had a phenomenal weekend here. You guys missed out on the Patreon here. What happened for that Saturday slate? Absolutely phenomenal. It not only was baseball, it was UFC, and we cleaned up house. This is one of the tickets from the patrons there. He came through. I gave out Bilal Muhammad as an underdog pick. Tom Aspinall. He threw on some of these other picks here to really juice it up. But $90 for over 1K. That was one of the parlays that was in the community. There's so much more. I just posted some of mine here. This was when I gave out Arnold. Well, these are some of the plays here. Arnold Allen, Patty Pimblett, Tom Aspinall, Bilal Muhammad, 9 for 98. And I turned it up a little bit here. Same similar parlay here. I just added the main event and Gregory Rodriguez. Arnold Allen, Gregory Rodriguez, Tom Aspinall, Bilal Muhammad, 25 for 334 with that boost there to add on top of that. So UFC, we smashed it out of the park. Some more UFC pick, Patty Pimblett by itself. And not only that, baseball was solid. These were the underdog plays here that we had for baseball. Atlanta Braves, Detroit Tigers, Chicago Cubs. That came through as well. And the top play for MLB on that day was the Diamondbacks, and that came through as well. All right, so if you want to get connected, get these winning bets, sign up with the Patreon link provided down below. That you're getting access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that community chat. Also, when you go down to that description section down below, if you want more free bets, I have a thing with BetStamp there. You click that link down below for more free bets there. And that gets you for each and every day MLB bets Monday through Friday. And on Tuesdays, it will be home run picks. So make sure you stay tuned down below in that description. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. Let's kick things off and keep it hot here. Starting off with the New York Yankees and the Philadelphia Phillies here. Premium matchup between these two teams. Phillies 65-40, Yankees 61-45. In Citizens Bank Park here, we have the Phillies as home favorites here, minus 155 on that money line, with the comeback of the New York Yankees at a plus 130. Looking at the total here, it is set at 8.5. The Yankees are playing a little bit of a late game here, so they're going to be a little bit late getting to Philly, coming from Boston right now. They're still in the bottom of the ninth right now at like 10 p.m. So you could get a little bit of a tired team here with the New York Yankees. All right. Now for this pitching matchup, Lewis Gill, 10-5 with a 3.10 ERA, a 1.08 WHIP. Going up against Zach Wheeler, 10-4 with a 2.55 ERA and a 0.98 WHIP. All right, so these two pitchers here, this is already looking like a pitcher's duel. I'm going to be leaning towards the under in this one here. Luis Gil has bounced back from his struggles earlier in July, where he had back-to-back games. In 2 games, he gave up 9 earned runs. One was 4, one was 5. That was earlier in July. And since then, 3 starts in a row, only gave up 1 earned run. He's been phenomenal. He's a guy that has a very high K rate here, and I expect him to bring that pedigree here into Philadelphia, going up against Zach Wheeler, who's another strong pitcher here, and he is elite at home. A 1.77 ERA at home, and he's carrying a 27% K rate and above to both lefties and righties here. So this is a spot where I think a lot of strikeouts are on the menu, and I like the under here, under 8.5. For who I think is going to win this game, it's going to have to come into that bullpen, that 7, 8, and 9 range there in the innings. Who's going to come up with a clutch play? Give me the Philadelphia Phillies at home in this one. I'll be taking the Phillies on the money line at -155 and the under 8.5 in this one. In the Oriole Park here, we have the Baltimore Orioles 62-43 going up against the Toronto Blue Jays 49-56. No current line right now for this particular game. Pitching matchup. This is going to be the first game of the slate here. This is a doubleheader between the Blue Jays and the Orioles. I can imagine this one here with the below 500 Blue Jays and a well over 500 Orioles, probably in that 190 range to close to 200, and you get the Blue Jays back at that 175 range, plus 175 for the Blue Jays. We'll see. I want to know how accurate I am on debating, on coming up with that line. Let me know in that comment section down below when it's finally official. But this pitching matchup here, Yariel Rodriguez going up against Zach Eflin. Rodriguez, 3.69 ERA, a 1.26 whip. Eflin, newly acquired, traded from the Tampa Bay Rays to the Baltimore Orioles, 5-7 with a 4.09 ERA, a 1.16 whip. All right, so the total for this one, I would imagine it to be around that 8.5 range. Okay, it should be 8.5, and like I said, with the Orioles as favorites around -190. Okay, so Yariel Rodriguez, he does have some home road splits. He has a 4.43 ERA on the road. He pitches better at home. Looking at his numbers, he has a major issue with the walks, all right? And limited action and only 39 innings pitched. He has 19 walks already. It's a 10% to both lefties and righties in that walk department. That does not bode well when you're going up against the Orioles. You do not want to give them more opportunities to score runs. This is a very, very dangerous offense here, and Yair has been getting lucky in the past few starts. Okay, for Zach Eflin, this is what I'm saying here. Newly acquired to the Baltimore Orioles here. He's probably going to be in a motivated situation to prove to his new team. Definitely someone to lean upon coming into the postseason here. He's going to make sure he wants to be in that rotation. So you're going to be Zach Eflin here, more motivated. He does have a little issue against righty power, a 1.47 home run per 9. But even if I look at his home road splits, this is a totally different situation here because he's pitching in Baltimore. That wasn't his home, all right? So Zach Eflin, just going off his overall numbers, he's been very solid overall against lefties and righties. He does have that issue against righty power. I think that's going to be fine in this situation here in his first start with his new team, proving a point here. Give me the Baltimore Orioles on the money line. If it's -190, I'll take the 1.5. Whenever that line finally comes out, give me the -1.5 on the Baltimore Orioles in this one. And if I'm leaning towards the over and under, give me the over in the total of 8 or 8.5. I'll take the over in that total for this one because I think that the Orioles offense will get to Rodriguez here with his walk issue and his struggles on the road. And then after that, they'll get to that bullpen. Next up in Citi Fields here, we have the New York Mets, 55-50, going up against the Minnesota Twins here, 58-46. Mets are home favorites here, -120 on that money line with the comeback of the Twins at a +100. Total set at 8.5. For the public bet percentage here, 73% of the bets coming in on the Mets, 93% of the money coming in on the Mets as well. So we got public and sharps major favorite here on the side of the New York Mets. Total runs, 79% of the bets, 83% of the money towards the over 8.5 in this one. All right. Woods, Simeon Woods Richardson, 3-1 with a 3.27 ERA. Going to be against Jose Quintana, 5-6 with a 4.02 ERA. Woods Richardson has been absolutely phenomenal this season. He's literally been the best pitcher on the Twins rotation. It's supposed to be Pablo Lopez. He struggled in the first half of this season, but the guy that's been super consistent, not bend don't break, just in and out, 1 or 2 earned runs, giving you solid innings, 6 to 7 innings each and every start, has been Simeon Woods Richardson, an arm that they can rely upon. And I like him in this situation here, going up against the New York Mets. He's given up a very low whip in average. Now, going up against Jose Quintana, Quintana has been very mediocre. He does have a strong suit here, pitching at Citi Fields here at home with a 3.58 ERA. But his issue here, even at home, is against power bats. And Twins have plenty of those. If you see Royce Lewis, man, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a huge, huge problem. His issue against power bats here against lefties, a 2.03 home run per 9. And against righties, even worse, a 2.36 home run per 9. So this is a spot, if you want to stack up some home runs on the Minnesota Twins side, definitely look at some of the metrics. But this is where I want to attack. Give me the Twins as underdogs, plus 100, going up against the Mets. I like them on the money line. And give me the over on the 8.5. I think there's going to be mainly the side of the Twins scoring all these runs here. But I do think that over creeps past 8.5. All right, Twins money line over 8.5. Next up in Busch Stadium here, we have the St. Louis Cardinals, 54-51, going up against the Texas Rangers, 51-55. Right now we have the Rangers road favorites here, minus 115 on the money line with the comeback of the Cardinals at a minus 105. Total runs set at 8.5. All right, between these two here, the public bet percentage, 64% of the bets coming in on Texas, but 60% of the money here coming in on the Cardinals. So we have some shards in the public coming in with that money here on the side of the home dog here in the Cardinals. All right, total runs, 77% of the bets and money towards the over 8.5. All right, starting pitching matchup here, Nathan Eovaldi going up against Andre Palante. Palante 4-4, 3.92 ERA. Eovaldi 7-4 with a 3.31 ERA. Eovaldi has been very good this year. He has struggled on the road with a 4.58 road ERA. Looking at his numbers there, he's given up some power to righties, a 1.61 home run per 9. And against lefties, he's given up a pretty decent average and whip. So the average is at a 340 against lefties, and the whip is at a 192. All right, so those are going to be some cause of concern here because the Cardinals are going to throw out at least 5 lefties going up against him. So this is a very, looking at that public bet percentage here, you understand why it's pretty mixed down the middle on both of the sides between the bets and the money coming in this one. Because if you look at the other side, Palante isn't any better. Even though Eovaldi has been very good this entire season, especially at home, has some hiccups on the road. Palante has been very bad, all right? He's a righty that can't pitch to righties. He's given up a 1.29 home run per 9, a 322 batting average, and a 1.79 whip with an xFIP at almost 5 against righties. So he's going to see at least 4 to 6 righties here in this lineup of the Rangers. I like the over in this game. Picking on the disadvantages here on both of these pitchers. So give me the over on the 8.5. And if I had to choose a winner, I'm going to be leaning towards the side of the Rangers as slight road favorites here. Give me the Rangers on the money line and the over 8.5. Next up in Chase Field, the Arizona Diamondbacks 55-51 going up against the Washington Nationals 49-57. Current odds right now, we have the Diamondbacks at a minus 165 with the comeback of the Nationals at a plus 140. Total runs set at 9. All right, for the public bet percentage here, 86% of the bets, 97% of the money towards the Arizona Diamondbacks here. And for the total runs, it's clearly lopsided, 97% of the bets and money towards the over 9 runs. All right, now pitching matchup. Mitchell Parker, this is a lefty versus a lefty here in Jordan Montgomery. Parker is 5-6 with a 4.34 ERA. Montgomery is 7-5 with a 6.11 ERA. This is a spot here where I'm all over the total. Just give me the total. I don't care who wins. Okay. Mitchell Parker, he has been very bad. All right. This is a lefty going up against the Diamondbacks. They're top 3 in the league against left-handed pitching as well. So if we're looking at some of his numbers, he's been getting lit up in his last 5 starts. 6 earned runs against the Padres, 5 earned runs against Milwaukee, 5 earned runs against the Mets. It's just been blow up after blow up after blow up here with Parker as a pitcher. He's given up a home run per 9 at a 1.52 to opposing right-handed bats. That does not bode well. And on the other side here, Jordan Montgomery is even worse. He can't pitch at home. He has a 7.82 home ERA. He's given up a home run per 9 at a 1.8. A batting average at a 378, a whip at 2.13, a BABIP at over 400 at 409, and an xFIP at 5. So I'm loving the over on the total here. So I'll take the over on 9 runs. And if I had to choose, if I just had to, I would slightly lean with the Diamondbacks on the money line if you had to choose the money line. Next up in the Fenway Park here, we have the Boston Red Sox, 55-49. Going against the Seattle Mariners, 56-51. This is pretty even here when we're looking at the odds. -110 on both sides here. Total runs set at 8.5 between these two teams. Public bet percentage, 59% of the bets on Boston, but we have 87% of the money on the Mariners. That's why this line has moved all the way to an even, and it wouldn't surprise me by Monday morning that the Mariners are solidified favorites in this spot here. Total runs, 79% of the bets, 81% of the money towards the over 8.5. All right. For the starting pitching matchup, Logan Gilbert, 6-6 with a 2.72 ERA. Nick Pivetta, 4-7 with a 4.50 ERA. Gilbert has been the ace of the Mariners. He's been absolutely phenomenal this year. Him and Luis Castillo has been very strong. On the road, he's been pitching even better, all right, with a 2.57 road ERA. He's given up a very low whip and average to both lefties and righties. Not much cause of concern when you're looking at Logan Gilbert's numbers. He's been super consistent, super reliable. The question is, can the Mariners score for him, all right? Now, Red Sox here, Nick Pivetta, he's struggled at home. He's been horrible at home with a 5.50 home ERA. He's been solid against righties. His numbers against righties aren't the problem. It's going to be the lefty bats here for the Mariners that's going to give him issue. He's given up a 1.29 home run per 9, a 1.64 whip, and the xFIP is almost 5 at a 4.74. All right. And in his last start, he was torched, absolutely torched. In 2 2/3 innings, he gave up 7 earned runs and 2 home runs in his last start. Major cause of concern there. You expect him to bounce back, but you look at some BVP, and against the Mariners, they have hit him. They have tore him apart, and it was around like 80 at bats, 6 home runs, a 311 batting average. The OPS is over 1. It's really, really bad here. I'm going to be on the side of the Mariners. Mariners on the money line here. The question is the total. I think Logan Gilbert will be fine in this situation, not give up much runs. Can the Mariners score 9? That's the question. So I'm going to lean towards the under. Under 8.5. Mariners on the money line in this one. Next up in Milwaukee, American Family Field, Brewers are 60-45, going against the Atlanta Braves, 56-48. In this one here, we have the Brewers as solid home favorites, -120 on the money line with the comeback of the Braves at a +100. Total runs set at 8.5. For that public bet percentage, 69% of the bets coming in on Milwaukee, 77% of the money coming in on Atlanta. So sharps in public are backing up the Atlanta Braves here. This maybe make this line a little more even in the morning time. We will see here. But for the total runs, 98% of the bets and 98% of the money towards the over 8.5. All right. For the pitching matchup here, Grant Holmes, he He's only going to go a few innings here. He has a 2.70 ERA going up against Colin Rea, a very trusted and reliable pitcher here for the Milwaukee Brewers. You can tell in his record, 9-3 with a 3.60 ERA. He's been super, super solid, very good at home when you get him on the mound. I really like Colin Rea in this spot here. Solid across the board. The only issue here for Colin Rea is going to be lefty power for the Atlanta Braves, okay? He's given up a 1.78 home run per 9 to lefties, all right? For the Braves and Grant Holmes. So this is going to be a bullpen game. I told you he's only going to go 2 to 3 innings, and then they're going to go in that bullpen. Now, while he is pitching for those 3 innings, his numbers against lefties are egregious. A 306 batting average, a 1.44 whip, a xFIP at 4.53. He's going to see at least 5 lefties in this Milwaukee Brewers lineup here. So they might be calling that bullpen pretty quick. All right. So if you want to attack this quick and early, I would advise doing a first 5 Milwaukee Brewers on the money line. I would like that. And I do think the Milwaukee Brewers win the full game as well. So give me Brewers first 5, Brewers full game. And if we had to go with the total with the over to under, I would say I would still go with the under 8.5 runs. I expect Brewers to get up probably 2 or 3 runs quick. Obviously, Granholm doesn't go far anyway, and then they'll bring in the strong bullpen. Atlanta has the top 3 bullpen in the league. So that's where I think that happens here. Now, that's why I like the angle of the first 5 innings going towards the Brewers. Those Brewer bats, those lefties getting on Grant Holmes. Last but not least here, we have the Houston Astros at home in Minute Maid Park, 55-50, going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates, 53-52. Looking at the odds right now, Pirates are road favorites against the Houston Astros, -165 on that money line with the comeback of the Houston Astros at a +140 here. Total set at 7.5. All right, Paul Skeens. All right, the young phenom here, 6-1 with a 1.93 ERA, a 0.87 whip. Going up against another rookie here, Jake Bloss. All right, 0-1 with a 6.94 ERA and a 1.63 whip. He has been absolutely garbage in his first couple starts. It's a very short sample size. It's only been 3 starts, but he's been very, very bad. In his last one, he gave up it was 4 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, and 4 home runs in that game against Oakland, all right? And in none of his starts, he has went past 4 innings, okay? So he struggles early and often. He has a leash on his pitch count because he's a young pitcher here. And they're going to be going into their bullpen for the Houston Astros. So Pirates bats are in a benefit here. They're able to get on top of Jake Bloss and then get into that bullpen as well. Paul Skeens, not much to say about him. This man has been absolutely, literally untouchable. All right. This has been like one of the best starts for a young pitcher here in a very, very, very long time here. Skeens is that guy. So I love the Pirates here if we're looking at first 5. The question mark is that bullpen. Hopefully Paul Skeens can go 7 or 8 innings, close this game out. And that'll be the best possible way to a win here. Usually when you see him on the mound, you take the first 5 innings because he tends to shut people out, all right? If Pirates get 1 run and it's through the first 5 innings, you got to win there. So give me the first 5 innings for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm also going to take the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line as well because of how bad Jake Bloss is. I think they get on top of him early and often here in this position. And if I had to look at that total here, it's probably going to be one-sided. Do I think the Pirates offense gets or at least 7 runs? Because I would imagine the Astros get 1 or 2. All right. 1 or 2. So we're going to slightly lean towards the over in this one. It scares me a little bit. But how bad Jake Bloss has been, maybe Skeens gives up a home run. And then we can creep over to that over of 7.5. That is a very low total there. And even at the odds, it's It's down the middle on both sides. So over 7.5, and give me the Pittsburgh Pirates there on the money line. All right. So those are going to be our selections here for Monday. Let me know in that comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your props and plays for the Monday slate? Let me know in that comment section down below. Guys, if you want to sign up for that Patreon, remember that link is provided down below. You get access to daily bets, future bets, and the community chat. All that is in that package. And if you want more free plays, more free bets, go in that description section down below, and you click on that link for more free bets there from BetStamp.